So I have a small theory, and I think it could be interesting. Have you noticed when the season started, it was election night for Victoria Newman and Robert Singer? This is when the boys attempted to take her out with mixed results. And as we see in the episode 7 teaser, it's now Christmas. So there's a time jump here. But I noticed something. Why have this set on Christmas? What's the significance of the timing of this episode? Well, I think that the show is actually going to be heading for January and the presidential inauguration by the final episode of the season, as we're inching ever closer to that date before Robert Singer and Victoria Newman are inducted in. Additionally, Victoria is all set to take over the White House with the blessing of the 1%, as we saw in the previous episode. So this coup that the characters mentioned could happen around that date. This reflects the real-world event of the January 6th riot, when Trump supporters stormed the Capitol in order to disrupt and prevent President Joe Biden's confirmation vote. I mean, it just makes sense. Homelander is looking to take over the country with Soups in charge. It's an election year, and the timeline is getting close to the time when the president-elect will take office. This seems like the most likely scenario. The Boys is already political, and the current political situation in the United States is being used as a reference for the show, so why not use January 6th as a backdrop for the coup? This is not the first time that the Boys series in general has referenced a real-world event and inserted Soups into it. In the comics, they actually had the Soups trying to stop a 9/11 plane attack, when it failed and the plane dropped into the Brooklyn Bridge. But, they didn't really want to tackle that for the show, so I think that this is actually going to be a better substitute and a little bit more topical. But, like this time, this is going to send a message. The people overthrowing the government can actually do something other than their real-world counterparts of just stealing stuff and defecating on people's desks. But what do you think? Is The Boys really going to emulate January 6th as a cap to the 4th season? Or is this a reach? Let us know in the comments down below.